recording on there, and this is the good one that will ultimately be something bigger and nicer later on. Ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba. All right, guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. My name's Lee Honish. I'm joined by Antonio.
Today,
Johnny, shut up.
to see if I
Antonio,
feel
Miguel Antonio Barragon,
I focus
Andrew Labouche.
on the pain.
It's Monday. I feel your pain.
The only thing that's real. The needle.
Andrew, did you know that the needle tears a hole?
No, sir.
It's an old familiar sound. Miguel, is it an old familiar sound for you?
Needle what?
Tearing a hole. God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know that.
All right, fine. You guys are going to shit all over my hurt intro. I'm just going to actually do Creep.
That was a good song. I'll play that song.
Johnny Cash doing Hurt is pretty tight.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it's about doing heroin. Either of you up for that?
Ooh.
That's the joke. That was the joke.
Oh, gotcha.
Not through a needle, Lee. Not through a needle.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Welcome to Fight Net Radio, everyone.
Lee, you made the joke, darn
Hey,
it.
you know,
yeah,
wait,
you
here's
see?
the funny part. Here's the
Yeah.
funny part for those that don't get it and why the three of us are enjoying that a little bit more than everybody else. This morning, I was explaining all the big plans coming up for the company, and there were a lot of Fight Net Radio listeners. Well, I'm basically addressing you people in the media who never talk about us. We're kind of just done entertaining you. We've had our run with you now for the last few years, and I've come to the conclusion that it was fun. Our numbers were good. But to be perfectly honest, you guys don't talk about us enough. I've gone to the luxury, I guess, I don't know. I've gone to of spending literally countless tens of hundreds of dollars. I think that's roughly expenditure on the company. With linking back up with other press forums and massive rollout press releases with boxing PR people, as well as the acquisition. I'm stating it here on the show, Andrew, the acquisition of boxingtonight.io. I don't know if it'll be up by the time you guys do it. If you go to it now, I think it just says a WordPress website, but
That's what's coming.
yeah, well, we can look and see. I know that the person who's got it is supposed to be working on it, so let's see where we are. No, there's nothing. Zero. There's nothing here. In fact, it says
Nothing here.
nothing here.
That's funny.
That's quite an accurate description.
Might have jumped the gun on that one, people. To be continued.
Makes me
We're going to
happy.
pull a PVC on this one and say TBA.
Yeah, Tubba's fighting here soon. No doubt about it. In the meantime, you can still go to fightnetradio.media, go to our website. So I told the people that are doing it, I want this website on that page with the very cool new logo that we have. And that's where we're at. So that's pretty phenomenal, and I'm happy about that. So what's going on? Hold on. As I screw around with all of this. God damn cameras. Just upset me.
I told you I'm getting the shirt.
Wow. What is the drama? Hold on. Ah, come on. How many hours did I do this earlier to try to get this correct? This is very frustrating. Hold on. Thank God I'm not recording.
Okay, good.
I would do that.
we had family just come in from Colorado, I believe. It's Christina's side. So Giovanni ran in saying, I need a shirt. He's got no
Wow.
shirt on. So
That's why Andrew's doing the show. I know the truth. Okay, hold on. Let me hit record again. That's fucking hilarious. Ooh. All right. Hi. We're back with all of you. What we just found out was, number one, I can't fuck around with this camera and this stupid green screen when making the video correct. Number two, Andrew is human trafficking with people from Colorado. Are you cannibals?
I don't know why he brought that up. Jesus.
Are you cannibals secretly? Well, okay, and that's the third funny part about the new website.
Did you hear? Oh, go ahead.
About the cannibal? Yes, and getting shamed and thrown out of Hollywood. Army Hammer, right? Is that who you're bringing up? That he's a cannibal?
I don't know. I seen some weird TikTok the other day. I thought you were bringing that up. My bad. Continue.
His name's Army Hammer, and he was accused of being a cannibal, and he's being thrown out of Hollywood for being a cannibal. And you know what? I think that's cannibal shaming. I could be
hashtag don't cannibal shame.
Hashtag. Well, I got to write that one down as possibly being in the run for today's show. That's solid, man. All right, so let's get to all the business of the day. Go to fightnetradio.media, or you can go to our new website, Boxing Tonight, where nothing's here. My name's Lee Honish. I am joined by Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Barragan. We talk about boxing. We are blowing up the show. We are going to make it bigger. We're going to try to make it a little more mainstream. And if you just tuned in going, but you just talked about cannibalism, you know what? At least I can say the F word before I say cannibalism. And that's marked growth on the show that we call Fight Net Radio. So if it's your first time, because we are trying to get new people who are not media, got it? Not media anymore. We got it. We've already done the media thing. You guys are entertained. We're focusing on you, the fans. So we're going to be a little more delicate, and I'm going to reintroduce the show right here. So if it's your first time, this is how the show works. I read a story. Then Andrew and Miguel, who are both passionate, longtime fans and reporters of the sport, comment something intelligent, occasionally funny, occasionally witty, occasionally drop the mic solid. Then it's my job to either crap on them, crap on the fighter, crap on the situation, crap on the fight in general, and or just say funny stuff. My job, we're raising this show to a different level, Andrew. And you know what? I don't need fart humor, all right? I'm too good for that. Go to fightnetradio.media. Click on one of the links. And I want to share this. Normally, we talk about the guys and what they've been up to in the last 4 or 5 days. Here's the format of the show. We just rewind the clock to the last time we did a show because Miguel, guess what? Here's a newsflash for regular fans. Your favorite boxing person has a day job. They don't make money doing boxing. They don't. Miguel's day job has interfered with our Sunday schedule. So now we just sort of try to do a show by Sunday, and then whenever we can wrangle cats together and get it done during the week. So we rewind to that last moment. We read the stories. We talk about the fight. Hopefully you feel good. Generally, it's an hour to 2 hours, depending on our mood. I try to make it as amusing as possible. All right, that's the format of the show. At this moment in the show, generally speaking, we have a check-in with Miguel and Andrew, which we're not going to do. Today, it's my check-in, and it's a good check-in because I shared this with the guys yesterday. So first and foremost, follow us on all these things, including Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. What I'd like you to do is click on the Lee Honish Instagram and follow me here. What you're looking at is a signed Ryan Leaf jersey that I'm going to wear to the Charger game that I got certified. But that's not the coolest part of the story. Andrew, do you know the cool part of the story?
No.
Look over in the comments. Hey, at Ryan Leaf, would you mind confirming that that signature is actually yours? By the way, he had already liked it. To which he responded, yes. Yes, it's my signature.
That's awesome.
I don't know who Ryan Leaf is. He is the worst quarterback.
Oh, man.
In Charger history. He was, in fact, so bad that he was out of the league within 3 years altogether then got involved with drugs, then got his life together, now lives in the Valley. And I actually offered to plug anything for him. I was kind of polite on Fight Net Radio today. But the real Ryan David Leaf not only liked it, he probably could use some followers. I mean, he's got less than we do on Fight Net Radio. So, hey, show him some. How does he even have 11,000 followers? To me, that's just slightly crazy. Oh, he does sports radio. That's why. So good for him. Ryan Leaf has got his shit together. He married a very attractive woman and has a son and a normal life. And he no longer does drugs or stupid shit.
Oh, my gosh.
Book him today to speak at your next party event. He does speaking stuff in, I guess, gym shit. So you got that going for you. And you can find out how to get $100 million quarterback contract, right? And then fuck it all up in the matter of a couple of years. But
looks like he's doing just fine, Lee.
You know what? If he's got a sense of humor, he got the whole thing. Because look at the picture he posts of him walking in that jersey with his head down. That's pretty accurate to the Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering why it really, really sucks, because they took Ryan Leaf over over Peyton Manning, for God's sakes. That's why this is stupid.
Didn't he injure his throwing hand in a way where he used to throw the ball, then would have to like slap his hip or his thigh to put his hand back in place? Didn't he have? I think he had a major injury on his hand that kind of fucked up his career too. I want to say if you look that up.
Now, would you like the continuation?
Or that was an excuse.
Wait, let me tell you the continuation of a great part of a joke.
Well, get him off. Can you get him off of the thing? There you go.
He's off.
All right.
Now, here's the continuation to the best part of this joke. So it's for the Chargers game on Sunday, right? So it's my Halloween costume. I'm going as Ryan Leaf to the Chargers. So let me tell you about the completion of my Halloween costume. Wait, hold on. Here's the completion of the Halloween costume. I'm going to wear a name tag that says, "Hi, my name is Ryan. I used to be your quarterback." The way it gets funnier. So I'm taking Killian to the game. Many of you know Killian from Just Frank and Killian, takeover of Fight Net Radio. Killian, I bought him. You ready for this? I bought him a Patriots jersey, but I couldn't figure out a real bust. And then it dawned on me. I bought him a Cam Newton Patriots jersey because they're half off at the NFL store right now. And they'll rush shipping for free because apparently nobody's buying Cam Newton gear at all from the Patriots since he was cut in week 2. So he's going as Cam Newton. And this is honest to God what he said. Can I go in blackface? I said, that would be bad in Inglewood. That would be bad. That would be bad.
That'd be bad in a lot of places.
Yeah, just about everywhere, I'd say.
You know what? The sheer value of it and the possibility of him actually doing it. Look, he's not just a white guy. He's an Irish Boston white guy.
Yeah.
I said, I get what he was trying to say.
That's not good in Boston either.
He was just trying to be funny. Ha ha. I get the joke because of cancel culture. But part of me was actually trying to work that all out of, could I get out of Inglewood alive?
Yeah.
If he actually did that. And my answer is no. He couldn't get out alive. I would. He wouldn't. And if you're saying, hey, why would you leave your friend behind, your bro? Would you actually do that? Yes. Yes, I would. If Miguel and I were at a press conference and he said something stupid, and let's just say, I don't know, a fucking Klitschko went crazy and wanted to kill Miguel, I'm not standing between him. Never stand between a man and his bone. That's just a word of advice in life. There you go. You guys are all cut up. It was my turn to do something crazy this week. This is the format. We're going to read stories. We're going to comment. You're going to enjoy it. Let's get started, shall we? Today we're using Boxing Scene. Shout out to Boxing Scene. Still owned and operated by the PBC. Don't mind if I mind pointing that out. Wilder's trainer says equilibrium has never been the same after the 3rd round. Of which fight? Wait. Of which fight?
That's pretty good.
I want to just start with the question, but let's see what Malik has to say. Malik Scott, you remember him, the guy who doesn't have enough boxing experience to be coaching the heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion of the world. That Malik Scott. Yeah, that's who we're talking about. Here's what he had to say. The first knockdown wasn't like how the other one was. It was like He must have gotten hit with something because he looked wobbly. Wait, did I say it like Deontay? Because that's almost a Deontay type sentence. Listen, the first knockdown was like, not like the other ones. It was like, he must have got hit by the God of Thunder because he looked wobbly. It was like he got hit with a good shot and it knocked his equilibrium off, which is good, but that's not an excuse. Which is good? What? It was like he got hit with a good shot. Okay, so you're committing him. And it knocked his equilibrium off, which I would think that's bad. He says, which is good. Let's assess this for a second, shall we? Oh, yeah, we do this a lot on the show here for if you're new to the show. There's something wrong grammatically with this, I think. Miguel, am I wrong?
No, it seems boxing scene is at it again with not correcting shit.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Unless he really said it that way, which makes Malik Scott the dumbest human ever to comment about his fight.
Looks like his equilibrium is off.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's what it is. But that's not an excuse. His equilibrium was off. Tyson hitting him with a very good shot, and he got up. Wow, that's all one sentence, isn't it? It was like he got.
Do you think Deontay read it? You think Deontay read this and was like, he was against me too?
Yeah. Oh no. Actually, no. Based on what we learned a couple of weeks ago, Andrew. Oh, he said I was good. That's what he read, right? He said good. Remember, win-win equals a win. Now we got good. He hit me good, and therefore it was a good shot, which is good because my equilibrium was off. So good equals good, but hospital time for me. Stop trying to attack Deontay. Cut that shit out. The man just gave you a hard guts and glory passion. Please don't give him. Please give him a break for the first month. Back off that shit. He didn't he didn't say anyone cheated, and he didn't say he caught me off guard. Oh wow, that's random. Wow, and by the way, I'm not reading that out of order and just picking shit out. He went from he got hit with a good shot, his equilibrium was off, to stop attacking Deontay Wilder. Cut that shit out. The man just gave you hard guts and glory passion. Please give him a break for the first month. What? Too soon? Fuck him. He said, no. Boxing people get hit in the ear. What the hell? This is literally some random ass shit. All right. I'm more confused than when I started reading this article, actually. So I'll start with you, Andrew. What did you learn from Malik Scott's random 3 paragraphs?
I don't know. You didn't finish the last one. You stopped at no.
Again.
No, I don't need all of them. You stopped at no.
Okay. What he said in the final paragraph was, he said, no. In boxing, people get hit in the ear. This is the heavyweight top quality boxing at the highest level. It's not an excuse. He got hit in the ear, which is fair play to Fury. Fury is fighting, and he's trying to get him out of there like we're trying to do to him. Well, I added the 2 part there. Those narratives that came out of Deontay are so unfair. That's not another excuse. He didn't say nobody did nothing wrong. He just said, after I got hit with a good shot, my equilibrium was off, which is factual. Okay, so here's the thing. This paragraph should have went before the Deontay paragraph, which probably should have even gone before the it was like a good shot. Okay, let me read them in the right order, and then it'll all make sense. I got it. Come on. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hey, listen, he said no, and boxing people get hit in the ear. This was like, okay, wait, I got to even add for him. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hey, you know that comment Deontay made in the news about his equilibrium being off and you guys jumping on it? Listen, no. In boxing, people get hit in the air. This is heavyweight top quality at the highest level. It's not an excuse. He got hit in the air, which is fair play to Fury. Fury is fighting, and he's trying to get him out of there just like we're trying to do to him. Those narratives that come out from Deontay are so unfair, and that's another excuse, someone would say. He didn't say nobody did anything wrong. He just said that after I got hit with a good shot, my equilibrium was off. Stop attacking trying to attack Deontay. Cut that shit out. The
He's,
man who
he's
gave you hard guts and glory passion. Please give him a break for the first month. Back off that shit. I said so, or I'll cap you. He didn't say anyone cheated, and he didn't say he caught me off guard. It was like he got hit with a good shot, and it knocked his equilibrium off, which is good, but that's not an excuse. His equilibrium was off from Tyson hitting him with a very good shot, and he got up. There you go. I read it correctly in the correct order, which has taught us that Malik Scott is freaking crazy. Okay, those 3 paragraphs were completely
dry snitching, right? That's what he was doing there. He was dry snitching. He's trying to act like it's all fair game, but in fact, Tyson Fury was aiming for the ear, which then was.
Oh,
was
you actually see this as them actually making a comment.
They're making an excuse. Yeah. They're saying that he went after the ear again. He that's what fucks up your equilibrium, right? Is the ear, the blown eardrum. That is going to totally get you guys out, right? That an earache, anything that messes with your ear can knock you off balance.
Okay, so that raises the question, Andrew. Perhaps then they're posing that is an illegal tactic. Is punching a dude in his ear an illegal tactic in boxing?
We would have to look that up. That I do not know. I will tell you, he was throwing a looping right hand, though, right? Tyson Fury was going around the gloves. We've seen fighters go around the gloves. I don't know. Miguel, do you know that rule? Is there a rule against trying to aim for a fighter's ear?
As far as I understand, no. There's this rule that's used often in like MMA where it'll like differentiate from the back of the head to the front of the head. Basically, imagine if you were actually wearing a pair of like old school headphones that kind of like, go over your head. That line right there is basically like the behind the head shot, right? So if the shot is on the ear, as far as I understand, it's totally legal. Whether you want to say he's aiming for it or not, it's another story. But as far as I understand, it's all fair game there.
Well, I guess
I would have to agree with that, Lee. I think it is fair game because we've seen fighters and fights before that have had. Yeah,
it would have to be. What I find interesting about this is the fact that the psycho fans of Deontay Wilder are going to use this as their rallying cry of, hey, as long as you don't hit Deontay in the ear, he'll be just fine.
Yeah. Like what's next? He's like, he was aiming for my jaw. He knows that was the button. He shouldn't be hitting me on my fucking jaw. Like, dude, what the fuck? Come on now.
I have a sensitive stomach. Okay. Did we discuss that in the pre-fight meet?
And I think Malik Scott should call you because the way you worded that answer to the question was way better than what Boxing Scene did for him. So props to you on that because that sounded a lot better saying that over. And I definitely think that they're looking for another excuse to get Deontay back into his mode to get him back into the ring. Now it will be about the hurt ear. You're going to see Deontay maybe even play it up, you guys. He might even say, I went to the gym. I got to find a way to help this side, get this ear away from being punched. I know what I got to do now. If it wasn't for that, I'd still be undefeated, blah, 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 blah. Like this could very well be something they're reaching for. And look, everyone noticed it, right? That was the first thing. The bleeding from the ear was all over the chat room. I think we texted to each other. We all know Deontay, he does have an issue with the the left ear. He does have an issue with his left ear. This is 2 fights now where that thing it looks like he's busted his eardrum in 2 consecutive fights. That's not a good thing for his hearing in the future.
Miguel?
This is definitely the second, consecutive time that has happened to his ear. If I recall correctly, the first time his excuse was that it was scratched somehow with some, bullshit about Tyson's glove or something, or I don't know what the hell his excuse was, or how he somehow thought we would buy that story that he would somehow scratch him in the inside of his fucking ear. But nonetheless, something's and to yeah, I don't want to say in his defense per se, but the shots are landing there regardless, right? Like as a matter of fact, I think the very first knockdown in the second fight or
That's
third, or
right.
third fight, that one landed right on the money there, and it did kind of throw him off. But it's like, all right, well, don't get fucking stuck there. Don't get don't get hit there. He's throwing the punch. Whether you want to say he's aiming for it or not is another story. But the punch is on the way, bro. It's like guys who complain when they get hit in the back of the head. It's like, well, don't turn your head, man. What the hell else can you do? Get out of the way or block it or something. But it's again, it's reaching for straws. It's grasping for straws again. It's like, man, they don't. It's almost like they're saying we don't want to make excuses, but here's another excuse.
If you guys don't know that, that's an actual it's an actual thing because I was complaining in my fight with Danny. I'm like, he's hitting me in the back of the head. That short little, and this is exactly what the ref said. Don't turn your head.
Damn it!
I'm like, that's not a thing. He goes, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. This was a real conversation in the corner. Don't turn your head.
If you remember the rematch, Mark Breland, that's the first thing Mark Breland points at when Deontay's like, "You stop the fight." He's like, he points right at his ear. He's like, "Dude, your ear is gone." Like Mark Breland already knew what comes next after you bust the eardrum. You know what I mean? No scratch.
Listen,
Breland knew.
Listen, Mark Breland was against me, Andrew.
Oh, I know.
Your king has a bad equilibrium, and Tyson Fury was cheating.
Twice.
Yeah,
cheating.
He should blame the bad equilibrium on his fucking legs, on his twig legs, and not his ear. Come on now.
We're gonna still be stuck with Deontay, I think.
He's coming back. He's definitely coming back. He's never been hotter, you guys. I swear. Like the guy has more respect now around the boxing circle than he did before the fight. So he's definitely coming back.
Look, taking a beating doesn't make you a better boxer. It's just you're a better viewable boxer. I mean, you're more entertaining to watch. I mean, to be perfectly honest, everybody touts Arturo Gatti and they do the Mickey. Everybody does that, right? He's a shitty fighter. He's a shitty fighter who took a lot of beatings. Yeah, he won some of them. But he got fucked up, and he was punch drunk at the end of his career. He was fucked up from boxing. Yeah. I mean, that's the reality. You can't be one of those guys. You cannot, it's sad. And Deontay's going to be literally an Evander Holyfield if that's the way his career is going to go. He's the guy who can take a beating in rounds. How exciting. Let's get him.
You don't want to be known as the guy who can take the ass open.
Yeah, that's where he's going to make his money, I guess. I don't know. It's really kind of sad. Moving forward, Benavidez, nobody ever stopped Uzgati. That's exactly what I'm going to try to do. I like his confidence. This is back to I think, right? Finding the word I think. David Benavidez intends to end that trend when he squares off against Uzgati in a 12-round IBF WBC super middleweight title eliminator, November 13th in Phoenix. We will be sending Miguel to that fight. The younger, fresher Benavidez, 24-0, 21 KOs, has knocked out 88% of his opponents. Wow. Thank you for telling us the math of what 21 KOs and 24 fights means by telling us there's 88%.
Stretch it out a little, Lee.
That is such good. Keith Idek shout out over a boxing scene for like you had to stop and get the calculator and divide 21 into 24 and 3 the 2 and the 6. 88%. You know what? It's actually PBC. I don't know why you didn't just round it to 99% knockout ratio because PBC fans wouldn't know that 21 and 24 is 99 or 88. I mean, the fact that you went for a real percentage. Shout out to you, Keith. You have more respect for the fans of the PBC. I believe that they've got the IQ of a houseplant for watching the PBC. And I think you could have said, in the words of our producer, Sam Navajaro, put a little mayonnaise on that and just said, he's got a 99% knockout rate. Oh, yeah. 21 goes into 24 99% of the time.
Put a little mayonnaise on that.
Read that. That's shit. We submitted our new media kit to our producer, to which he said, change the numbers. What? Those are the actual numbers. And he goes, no, add a little mayonnaise to that. Nobody's going to fact check it. I'm like, no, that's not what we do here. Our numbers are just fine. God damn. I'm gonna
was good.
definitely be the same fighter I always am. I'm going in there looking for the knockout, going in there, ripping the body. It'll be fast paced. There's a lot of action packed fight. This is my biggest fight to this date, and this is what the fans are expecting. So why would I go to try to change my style up? I want to make a statement. Oh my God, how many knows in this? God, David. David, you say a lot. Now that's got to be in the title winning, right? All right, you guys. I start with you, Miguel. Benavidez is coming to knock out Uzgadi and stop him. Do you know whether that's going to happen?
Well, I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm not really sure what that accomplishes per se. I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to stop if he does, stop Scotty, and that's something that no other fighter has ever done. Fantastic, great, but I mean, we're talking about Scotty here. Is not like he himself is a well-known fighter. For him to, it isn't, which I'm sure we'll get to later on. Shakur stopping fucking Herring, right? It's not that. It's like, all right, he's fighting another dude for a title eliminator. Fantastic, great. If he wins, I mean, yes, we want to see him win impressively, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe focusing on the wrong thing here. Fuck trying to forget trying to knock him out. Just win the damn thing. There's one of these terms that are used frequently, or these phrases used frequently in the fight game. You win this one, you look good on the next one. Don't worry about looking good this one here. Just win the damn fight, and I'll get to the title eliminator. Forget about trying to stop him.
Andrew, do you know?
This is a PBC matchup.
So you're saying it's going to suck. You're just cutting straight to the chase.
It should be a 12-round.
This fight sucks.
12-round decision. 12-round decision. Al Heyman don't like knockouts. It makes his stable look weak. He likes decisions, and preferably draws.
Really? Did you just say that with a straight face that there's an actual boxing promoter who may or may not be a fictional person by the name of Al Heyman, who prefers that all of his fights go 12 rounds with questionable decisions or at the very least draws?
Yes, that's the PBC way.
Okay.
A lot of yeah.
Bold statement. I like it, Andrew. Stick to it. That's got to be in the running, I think, for titles for this show. Mythical person named Al Heyman who likes draws instead of wins. I like it. It's strong. Let's move forward because the stories really actually sucked this week. Gervonta Davis. I'm going to punish Romero for as long as the fight lasts. Why isn't Gervonta Davis? Look, I don't even want to read the story. Why is Gervonta Davis still around? Like, he still isn't fighting anybody. What am I missing about Gervonta Davis? That's all I want to talk about, right? We did the T-Rex arm shit. We did all the jokes last week, and plenty of people are writing about this fight like it's a big deal. First of all, I don't know Ronaldo Raleigh Romero from a fucking pimple on my ass. Actually, I'm more familiar with the pimples on my ass than I am with Rolando Raleigh Romero, to be perfectly honest. Okay?
It's pretty good.
Help. You guys got to help me out. You're the boxing guys, right? Even though you got this past weekend's fight predictions wrong, let's talk.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you guys both said it would be a good fight. Do you really want to get into it right now?
Yeah. No. We can wait. No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were wrong. Fight sucked.
No. You're crazy.
That fight sucked.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it was not competitive, and it's all right. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I know this fight's gonna suck for sure. First of all, they might as well put Tubba, and TBA would have been more interesting than Rolando Raleigh Romero and his, I get it. All the banter. Oh, look, I'm gonna punish him, and I'm gonna teach him a lesson. Hey, Gervonta Davis. Note to Gervonta Davis from Lee Honish. Fight someone, bro. I got to be honest. At this point, fight somebody. In fact, I don't get the Gervonta Davis experiment at all. Like, exactly how long is he going to be a protected fighter who doesn't fight anybody? Like, it's really tiring at this point. I'll start with you this time, Andrew. I'm over Gervonta Davis, not just because he's Mayweather / PBC. I'm over him because I'm just done with him not fighting people.
Well, and don't look for him to fight the guys that you want to see him in the ring with. Lee, his promoter is Floyd Mayweather, and that's not the Floyd Mayweather way. So once you get past that, then you just take Gervonta Davis and TMT for who they are, and that's them trying to rob the bank. And look, the Leo Santa Cruz matchup was a good matchup. Although you've seen us on Fight Net Radio say that we all picked Davis, we didn't think Santa Cruz could match the power. Ultimately, he didn't. Barrios, unknown, undefeated PBC fighter, born and raised in the PBC. I don't remember Mario Barrios from anything else but the PBC, and that's really that's really what Romero is. Romero's another PBC bred fighter, came up with in their rankings, got their title shot. I think it's for one of the weaker WBA titles, if I'm not mistaken. And so, I don't know what to say about these fights either, Lee. Barrios, I didn't know him because I'm not a big fan of the PBC. I don't watch a lot of their fights. And this kid, Ronaldo, I haven't really paid attention to him. He's fought on a lot of undercards. He's 14-0. He has no pedigree. He has no ex-champs. I don't know where. I mean, he wore a fur coat and had no shirt on. That's all I know about the kid.
And they say silly shit to each other, Andrew. They do.
I don't even know how he had the money to buy that fur coat. I mean, to me, that was like that was a red flag that there's something illegal going on in his camp, because where did he get the money for that at 14-0 and really being a nobody? He's a fucking nobody in the boxing world.
Nobody. He's less than a nobody, and they're trying to make him a somebody with all these crazy ass comments that are going on. And this fight is stupid as shit. Like, I don't want to submit for credentials, even though it's in my backyard. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it. I can't stomach it. The Gervonta thing is over. It's done. Kick the kid out to pasture, put him in with a real PBC fighter, let him go get his ass kicked. He's got an attitude of a guy who's like pound for pound best in the world, right? I mean, he behaves like he shits rainbows and unicorns, for God's sakes. I have not seen that. It's ridiculous at this point. I mean, when does it end for the PBC, Miguel? How long must we endure Gervonta Davis?
Oh, probably a lot longer, unfortunately. From what Floyd has said, I think, as a matter of fact, in his most recent fight, after his most recent fight with Barrios, it was like he's going to try to continue with these in-house fights. That's the term that he used, in-house fights, with basically other PBC guys. So it's like, well, he's going to eventually run out of PBC guys, I have to assume. But until he goes through that whole fucking thing, I don't think we're gonna see the end of Gervonta anytime soon. As far as Rolando goes, I'm familiar with Rolando just because he's a local dude. I've been to some of his fights here. He's fought.
Has he always been an asshole?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
pretty much. I've tried interviewing once. He doesn't give me jack shit, really. He doesn't even try to, sometimes, fighters they'll try to give you something, right? They try to give you a little sound bites or something. This dude was like just not having it. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I tried to get whatever I could out of you. Sorry. But I mean, the dude was always kind of cold, whatever. But I mean, I'm familiar with him because I've seen him fight in person. I've interviewed him once. And, that's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, his 15 minutes of fame or claim to fame was him getting the better of Ryan Garcia in a small, a sparring session that was like a small bit of it that's on YouTube that people watch all the fucking time and people point to. That's it. Up until him winning this interim lightweight title.
That's like a borderline pro wrestling angle,
yeah,
right?
That's literally it. Dude.
Hey, remember that one time I pinned you? I can do it again now that you're champion.
And it's like one piece, one small bit. I don't know how the hell the rest of the sparring session went, but that's the one part that gets the most, fame or the most notoriety because he got the better of Ryan for a few seconds there. So that's why people know, Rolando. I don't even know if that fur coat is fucking real. For all I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't. But this is one of the few times, I guess, to just kind of go against the grain here with PBC. Chances are this fight is not going to go the distance. We're not going to see 12 rounds of this. Gervonta is most likely likely going to finish, Rolando before that 12th round. So, at least we're going to get some sort of maybe flashy knockout, highlight reel type knockout out of Gervonta. Great. But again, over who now? So yeah, I mean, the competition needs to be stepped up like real soon if it hasn't already. But I mean, damn it, man. I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired of these fucking in-house fights.
The truth is out there.
Where did I leave off at?
Well, hold on. I'll come back to you. I just realized we have another mystery.
Oh, okay.
Where did he get the coat? Did he wear it on that fateful night when she drove off the road? What animal is it? Tune in to Fight Net Radio to find out about this. And where did the top-ranked belts go? Why aren't the ring card girls still wearing them?
It's a mystery. They disappeared off the face of the earth.
All right, I'm over the joke. No, you can move forward, Andrew.
All right, where did I leave off at?
You left off at shitting all over Gervonta.
No. Seriously, where did I leave off at?
I don't know where you left at.
You were at a rant. I don't think you were a full rant. I thought you were over with the rant. I made a segue on the rant, Andrew. I didn't know it was the middle of a rant.
I was cradling my little tablet here, and I think I pressed the button to turn it off. And that's what happened there.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucked.
Go ahead. No, start over. Look, I got the air horn queued up.
Boycott this. No, we got to boycott this shit. I'm dead serious. Everyone listening to this, it's not going to change if you guys purchase this pay-per-view. Ronaldo, is that his name?
Yeah,
Rolando.
Rolando?
Romero. Triple R. You've heard of Triple G. Now we got Triple R. PBC's bringing you Friday. Triple R takes on Gervonta Tank Davis with a 100% knockout ratio. In his last 24 fights, he's knocked out 21 people.
That's Gervonta Davis. Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck.
Yeah, boycott.
You got to boycott this shit. I don't know. I'm done. Move it on. You got to boycott it. Floyd has robbed the fucking bank for a long time. If you guys keep purchasing fights like this, he's going to continue to find opponents just like this that you guys will buy into.
Is this on pay-per-view?
Romero has done nothing for this fight. He's 14-0. Look up his record. He has no ex-champs. He's no current champs. He is a nobody to the pay-per-view. Now, if you want to put him in the ring with Gervonta Davis on a Fox card, on one of your other networks, DAZN, whatever, that's fine. You could do that but pay-per-view, you guys would actually drop pay-per-view money for this? You're fucking crazy and you need to stop. Floyd will not stop doing this if you keep buying into this shit. I'm boycotting this fight. I can't do it. Listen, the Barrios one, I gave him a pass because Barrios, I believe Gervonta moved up 2 divisions to fight an undefeated, naturally bigger fighter. That's a decent matchup. You know what? He wants to jump up and fight bigger guys. That's fine. Let's do it. Let's go. This fight right here, 14-0, absolute nobody. The fucking jacket didn't match the fucking shoes or the pants. I don't like it. It looks like a phony. Phony record, phony coat. Don't like any of it. Do not purchase this fight.
Okay.
I better not have lost you again.
I was making sure you were there before I hit the air horn. Jeez. So much pressure. Hey, Josh Taylor suffers a knee injury against Jerry Cantrell of, music fame, title. and
Alice in Chains.
I feel bad for Jerry Cantrell, right? Alice in Chains without Lane Staley has never really quite been the same. And Jerry was looking for some other activity in life, I guess, after he also did a lot of heroin. And so I was excited that he got a title shot at Josh Taylor. So first, what does this mean for Jerry Cantrell, Miguel?
Well, it means that he's going to remain in boxing obscurity for a little bit longer until he gets his shot at Josh Taylor. This is pushed back to February. It's like, damn, February. All right. But when the hell did Josh last fight? I mean, his last fight was against Ramirez, right?
Yeah.
But when was that? Like several months back already, June, I think it was. So it's going to be a minute before we see him in the ring again, which, isn't good for these kind of dudes. We want to see them active. But yeah, bad for Jerry Cantrell. He won't be in the ring until February. So yeah, he's going to be in obscurity for a little bit longer here.
Are you an Alice in Chains fan?
I am indeed. Yes, I'm. I keep rediscovering. I should say rediscovering, but discovering songs that I didn't know of them, and I'm like, damn, the song's so tight. How come I didn't know about this song? Damn it.
Andrew, Alice in Chains.
Yeah. Yes. Listen. Josh Taylor has fought in so many freak. We talked about this last week. He's had so many undefeated fighters in front of him. Don't be surprised if his leg gave out because of all the training they put in this young man under. Back-to-back undefeated fighters, world champs, like world contenders. He can't keep doing that. You know, Tevin Farmer tried that route to try to get the $1 million payday. It didn't work out for him. Jojo Diaz ended up outworking him in a very bad fight for Farmer, where he just looked like he was overworked. He was done. His body gave up. Josh Taylor, so many undefeated fighters in a row, so many high quality opponents in a row. He needs a break. I'm not mad with this postponement at all. The guy's deserved it with the resume that he has. Right now, Josh Taylor possibly has the best resume in boxing. I don't know why he's not higher in the pound for pound ranking.
Because he's a damn redcoat.
Because he's English.
Yeah, it could very well be, you guys.
No, what is he? Irish or Scottish? What is he?
You put him in. No, he's
White.
from the UK.
Okay.
He's white.
Put him in. Yeah, no, but dead serious. If he's from America, do you know how big of a fighter this is?
I think it's because, okay, I know no one's going to like this take. It's because he's white. Can you think of a white fighter since Klitschko that's cracked the top 10?
Well, not even top 10. We're talking, the top 10 might have been cracked, Lee. Let's go higher. You got to say, when's the last?
He's got to be top 3. He's got to be top 3. Right?
I'm the Saul Alvarez.
The last white top 3 guy. Last white top 3.
Saul Alvarez, boom. That's not even hard.
He ain't white. He ain't white. Ask him.
He's
not
50% white. Don't you?
Yeah, his skin certainly is.
I'm just playing with
just because we made the white boy belt for him. Okay.
I'm just playing.
And by the way, not a joke. They made that belt for him.
They did it. Yeah. They made him that belt. They made him the what was it? The guys coming and settling belt. What was that?
I don't even remember what the hell. Conquistador belt. Like, I don't know.
With Irish belt. They made that one.
Oh, the Mesisto belt.
Oh my God.
That one. Oh my.
Wow. I'm still waiting for the Baracho belt. I'm waiting.
Yes.
That's for Chavez Jr. That's got to be for Chavez Jr. Right? You got to be saving that one for his next fight.
Maybe it was Calzaghe, Lee. Is that the last one after his wins with Hopkins and Roy Jones? Maybe.
I think Klitschko would be after that. I think Klitschko went later on. Like he had the title up until what? 3, 4, 5 years ago? How far back is his loss of the Unified Championship? Because that one kept him in the top 3 for a decade.
Taylor, Joshua, huh? 2017. Yeah. I think it's 17. Where'd my phone go?
Yeah, it's gonna be close. 6 years. So we're talking, and I pretty sure, that would be. I'll have to go review them, and it's who's top 10 list because that's a real thing in boxing, right? Because there's haters. You're haters, like Keith Idek. He's a hater. He's not a Klitschko liker. Just saying it out loud. Hey, let's move forward. Adrian Broner went to jail.
Jeez.
How much fun is that? We talked about this between us when it actually happened, and God, can I just leave that zoom in? Like I feel like I need to go and put this on our on our Facebook page. If you've never seen our banner, we have a really fun banner, and I don't think this Adrian Broner photo is nearly as good as that Adrian Broner photo. I just can't decide, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go back and change this banner and update my Adrian Broner on our new banner. So I start with you, Miguel. Hey, Adrian Broner, apparently, what did he, this still goes back to the goddamn nightclub. Fucker can't take care of anything, can he? So she got the default judgment.
Money, Lee. That's why he can't take care of it. She was awarded a few $100,000, I believe, bro.
800. of those few.
800.
800. Yeah, it said 800 right here. Right here. The woman default judgment to pay $800,000 in damages. 800 with an 8.
No, seriously, for all the
5
young
zeros.
athletes that are out there messing around in the clubs, as managers, as fathers, as coaches, you definitely have to sit these athletes down and show them articles like this and look at that number, you guys.
Look at this. He's really racking it up here, Andrew. In 28, let's go through this. In criminal action, a woman accused Broner of forcibly kissing her at a Cleveland nightclub in 2018. You can listen to it exclusively here at Fight Net Radio. He faced several felony charges, but ultimately pled guilty to a misdemeanor. In 2020, he was sent to jail for 7 days for probation violation because police arrested him on a DUI charge in Florida, where nothing but good things happen. Florida, land of enchantment. The woman would hire an attorney, file a civil suit, and Broner never showed up to the court on the 2018 charge, where she won $800,000.
Now,
The
Lee,
woman's lawyer filed paperwork to garnish wages. Well, he doesn't technically work or fight. After more than 2 years of inactivity, Broner returned to the ring in February and won a unanimous decision over some dude named Santiago, following that wonderful PBC formula of not really fighting anybody. So, go ahead, Andrew.
the key point in that story, you guys, he kissed a girl in the club, forcibly kissed her. That kiss costed that young man $800,000. People need to really look at that. This is why you don't mess around. You don't act, your life can change really fast. He thought I bet you he was playing around, thought he was the king of the club, just I'm just having a good time. Bam, $800,000.
Hold on, Andrew. I'm going to give you a huge chance here have you ever gotten an $800,000 kiss?
No, I have not.
Oh, you idiot.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Hey, Andrew, have you ever gotten an $800,000 kiss?
No.
Correct answer is your wife. The correct answer is your wife. Let's try again. Hey, have you ever gotten an $800,000 kiss, Andrew?
Yeah, every night. Thanks, Lee. Every night.
Why do I do all the work, Miguel? Why? Why do I do all the work for him?
Hey, wait, let me tell you a story. One time
There
I'm
we go.
at a resort in Las Vegas. They're doing one of those timeshares, right? Come to our timeshare, listen to our thing. It'll be really cool.
Right.
She goes, okay, we're gonna do a little not a quiz, but like a contest. If you guys give me the right answers, you'll get a prize. And the girl slips me a little piece of paper. She goes, that's the answer for the next question. I said, all right, cool. So I open the piece of paper. She goes, what are we ranked in the world in timeshares? I thought it looked like a number 7. I said,
oh, no.
She goes, that's a 1. Where did you get 7? Well, fuck, man. You should have wrote that bad. I didn't even get the goddamn prize when the girl gave me the answer. You guys, what the fuck?
Well, because you didn't.
Lee, the girl wrote it like a 7. It looked like a 7 to me. It was supposed to be a 1.
I would have been more about it. I would have went, well, you get a piece of paper that looks like a 7, but I think what you want is the number 1.
Yeah. I would have said number 1 either way. Shit. Just
Either one. Yeah.
Whatever, you guys. Whatever. That's me.
What was the prize? What did you miss out on?
Hey, watch this. She goes, if we were number 7, I wouldn't even have announced that. Oh, I was like, oh, whatever. Fuck, I'm out of here. I don't want your shitty product.
What was the prize? Was it like a free night?
Oh, you know what? I think chocolates. I think it was chocolate. Yeah, it was
like chocolate, Andrew. That's a good Scooby snack.
It was the fact that she handed it to me in the fucking silver plate, gold plate, whatever.
You're lucky it wasn't a phone number because your wife would have cut off your balls.
Fucking 7.
You don't even know that you got an $800,000 kiss last night.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
I want your wife to know because this will be passed along to her. I'm the one who wrote that, and I think she's worth $800,000 too.
Sometimes I get phone calls in the middle of the day. She'll just reference some shit and like, oh, okay, well.
I guess for those of you that are new on the show, Andrew's married, and every once in a while, I screw up his life by making sure there's material in the show that will just pass through family members and work their way back to his wife for my personal amusement. This show is the joke that keeps on giving in Andrew's life. I'll say shit that pisses off people he knows from work and piss off his wife. And I just sit during the week, and when I'm feeling down, I just think, huh, Andrew's doing time for that joke I did right about now. And I feel good. I don't have bad days. If I knew that weak spot on Miguel, I would go at it ruthlessly. And he's done a masterful job of keeping his father and his family separate from me.
Yes.
Because if I could get access to Pops, I swear to God, I would program that man to just torment Miguel every single day. I just haven't cracked the code on it yet. And kudos to you, Miguel, to see that I would do that shit if I like, oh yeah, Pops is now listening to the show. What? Like I would perk right up. What? He's listening to the show? Did you know your son sucks dick in his spare time?
Yeah, because he
I
doesn't
saw
watch
him
football.
do it. Miguel, did we cover the Broner thing, or are we just harassing each
No,
other?
we're just going off of the rails at this point. Like,
Hey, Jason Quigley.
Needs a fight. Broner's coming at a cheap price right now.
Oh yeah, he'll take anything at any
He'll
price.
take anything.
how long is he going to be in jail? First and foremost, is it just another 8-day thing? Does it say?
Probation violation? You know what? It could range from whatever the judge wants to give him. She could have she could have a maximum, a minimum to a maximum sentence if it's a parole. You know, like say
He didn't enroll in the stupid online classes, and they're enforcing it. I'm going to explain this because I for
That's
an
the violation.
actual. Wait, hold on. I'm going to tell you why it's fucked up for him. Right now, I know for a fact that all the criminal courts in all of the United States are backed up because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I was working on something for the company, and I said, hey, am I going to get like a notice for this for the company or anything? He's like, oh, they're not even doing criminal cases. He goes, we're so backlogged. They're just basically waiting for you to do something stupid. Here's how fucked up Broner's life is. They actually enforced a DUI not attending class bullshit on him just because. Like, I guarantee Florida, the land of fucked up people, he's like at the bottom, but Broner is such an asshole. Like the judge went, ooh, Broner made my shelf again. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's not making court dates. He's not paying the defendant there. Like
I
it's
don't
all
think you really
Yeah, he's not
understand
doing
the
the online
level of
courses.
fuck upness you have to be.
The easiest thing you can do is the online courses, and he's not doing that. Like
for
you don't have to
personal
go
experience,
anywhere.
Miguel?
What's
Do we
that?
need to
So-
let Pops
No,
know?
the few times I got like a point on my ticket or some shit, I had to watch some shit online. That's
Oh,
like the
okay.
only. I mean, the point on my license. That's it.
So really, he could go. They could put him in for as long as it takes those classes to get done.
9 months
they
based
put
on
him
his
in-
alcohol count, probably. Yeah.
Or she could say, I'm just tired of it. You're going to get a year and a day for a parole violation. And he's gone. He's going to prison. He ain't going to jail.
Damn.
That's for a parole. Oh, he's got a probation. You said probation violation.
Probation
yeah.
violation. Yeah. But they basically, on top of it, part of his court ordered probation, right, was to enroll in an alcohol class for the assault on the woman. He didn't enroll in the class. He's being typical Broner and just saying, fuck it. That bitch had it coming. That's what he said. Direct quote. I'm reading it in the article. He didn't say that?
Oh, no. But he is in trouble. Yeah, he needs to get his life straight. Easy, cheap. Who did we say should fight? We had an opponent last week that he's
Himself?
either fighting 140.
Chavez Jr.? How about Chavez Jr. versus Broner? Somebody must lead
No, it's
boxing.
going to be one of the
No.
young guys that are
Who was
coming
it?
up.
Was it Regis? It wasn't Regis, was it? No.
They
Prograis
were
was
talking
killing
about fighting.
him.
Yeah. Yes, they were. They were talking about fighting. But yeah,
He was
no.
talking about fighting him. I don't think Prograis ever gave
Even
two
like a
shits.
Virgil Ortiz, if you're Oscar, you gotta look. You gotta see if calling Adrian Broner. Because listen, Adrian is done with Al Heyman. We know that Adrian Broner has put out a lot of tweets recently where he's going after Al Heyman. One, for his money that he's owed, I guess, by Al Heyman, and two, he's always asking for fights. if De La Hoya threw a big enough money out there, I totally see Adrian Broner burning every bridge he has to get that payday, because PBC there's nothing there anymore, at least for right now.
There you go. Miguel, anything you'd like to add to the already long Adrian Broner section of the program?
I mean, I don't, we've said this countless times already. Dude needs to get, his shit straight. At this age, I don't think he can. I think he's just already just going in that direction. I mean, the downward spiral just continues. I'm not sure if really there's anything that's going to help this dude. I mean, besides jail time that we're seeing already and a big ass, $800,000 settlement or whatever the hell this is. I'm not even sure if this dude is ever going to get on like his head on straight.
Fame was big for Adrian Broner. Fame was too big. He's going to go down as one of those fighters. Hopefully he can. This ends with him just going back to Cleveland, Ohio, and living somewhere, like Rocky, back in his neighborhood and living his life out. But as soon as he got to the big show, man, he
needs to go live like who's the guy from Vietnam, the Vietnam character for Stallone? Why can't I think of his name? Rambo. He needs to live like Rambo underground in tunnels, out in the middle of the desert alone. What do? I wrangle rattlesnakes. Why are you digging holes? That's all I can do. That would be much better for him. I think that would be great. Let's move forward. Hey, Jason Quigley, I know I can bring stuff that will upset Demetrius Andrade or Andrade or whatever name you want to call Andrade Andrade. I don't know what he's being called this week, so I want to stay politically correct and use both of his last names. Jason Quigley hosted a press conference and said, hey, first of all, I'm not Quigley Down Under, so Fight Net Radio shut up and saying I'm from Australia. That joke is old. Is it? Secondly, hey, I'm a pretty respectable fighter. Look, I got one of those WBO belts you can buy in the mail in a Cracker Jack box. Right. Exactly my point for making the Australia joke. And thirdly, hey, I can beat Andrade. Can you, bro? Can you really? I don't think anybody cares about this fight at all. I don't. But let's ask the real boxing fans. I'll start with you, Andrew. Do you care?
One, no, not really. Two, I don't know if he can beat Boo Boo. He needed a majority decision to beat Shane Mosley Jr. for a vacant WBO, NABO middleweight title. So, majority decision, Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. Then now you're going to go fight Boo Boo. I don't know. That's a big task.
Boo. I think that raises a bigger question, Miguel. I mean, here's my bigger question. Andrade Andrade or Boo Boo? What's funnier?
Well, Boo Boo, if you say it like that, Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo. Yeah. That's way funnier.
Hey, Boo. Let's just call him Boo.
Yeah.
Boo Andrade. All right, Miguel, do you care about this goddamn fight?
I do. Yeah, I do. I gotta say I do. Of course I do. I want to see, we've all been talking about people ducking Andre Boo Boo. He says it himself. I don't know how accurate that is, but nonetheless, it's like, all right, he's got himself this dude who is not a big name. I get it, Quigley, right? But let's be real here. Boo Boo didn't look that great in his last fight. Towards the latter part of the fight, he started running out of gas, and things weren't going in his direction. If Quigley can get Boo Boo into the later rounds, I would not be surprised if Quigley is actually able to pull this victory off. So that makes the fight intriguing to see these dudes. I know who Quigley is. I know who Boo Boo is. For me at least, for recognizable names, seeing them fight one another, and let's see if Boo Boo can bring it up to another level. We're expecting him to fight bigger names now. He hasn't done it yet, but he's saying people are ducking him. That's the reason he's not getting these big fights. All right, well, finish Quigley here. Not that finishing him will make it that much more impressive, but he can't lose to Quigley, and I would not be surprised if Quigley pulls it off, especially later in the second half of the fight. So, is it important? No, not really. Am I going to watch it? Yeah, of course I'm going to watch it.
We're going to watch it, but I've got to disagree about he doesn't need a knockout. He absolutely needs a knockout. Look, this guy's 30-0. He's fought, he has nobody on his radar. No one talks about Boo Boo. Nobody wants to see Boo Boo.
Right.
DAZN don't even like putting him on their main event card. So he needs to start making some noise. That's by getting knockouts. They've given him opponents where he should have, Brian Rose, Luke Keeler, Liam Williams. There's a lot of names on here that he's already should have knocked out. He's gotten decisions, and he hasn't gotten the fights that he wants, the main ones, the big ones. He absolutely needs a knockout. Yes, sir. He needs to change his last name, his ring name. There's a lot Andrade needs to do to get his career right. But let's start with a knockout on Jason Quigley.
Oh, hold on.
Nope. Oh.
You know what that sound effect means? We've now officially talked about Jason Quigley more than we've ever talked about him on any other show we've ever done. That was a good joke. Mikey Garcia to continue his career. But why? I mean, that would ultimately...
Oh, wait. We got to finish reading, though, at 140. That's...
140. Wait,
that's
dot. Wait, let's do it correctly. Again... Boxing seeing you right badly. Mikey Garcia to continue his career, at 140. Following his loss to Sandor, who you will never hear from again. This was not a making moment for Sandor. I just like saying his name. Mikey Garcia, you know, that guy who won't go away. Kind of like Jokic if you don't use the right cream. I think I'll come down to 140, Garcia told ES News. There are better options. We'll do a fight at 140 and we'll see where that puts me in line. One solid victory at 140 will help me regain respect. No, it won't. Okay, we can stop right there and whatever quotes you got left. It'll help me regain my respect for yourself or from us in the boxing community. Because I can safely, I am the duly appointed representative for all of boxing, and I'm here to tell you, Mikey Garcia, you won't. You bought your followers on social media. You're an average fighter at best. I'm not exactly sure how you made as much money as you made. And in general, you're kind of a bust. So no, you're not going to get your respect back. I think you can get a title, but I don't think you're going to get your respect. The women who have sex with you don't respect you. They don't. The girls you go out with are spitting, not swallowing. I'm telling you that right now, Mikey. I'm just telling you that right now. Boy, that's a good title for this show. Mikey Garcia's girls spit, not swallow. And I was trying to make it a cleaner show this week. Oh,
yeah,
well.
Go clean. I tried,
but that was a really good joke, Andrew. I'll start with you this time, Miguel. Spit, not swallow? Or are you swallowing the Mikey Garcia jizz?
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to not comment on that question. For my own masculinity.
Listen, Pops. He spits and swallows.
Yeah.
Your son fool you.
Right.
Ask him about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad.
I swear to God, I almost did a legit spit take when you got that joke in. I mean, I didn't see that one coming at all. So good for you on the backhanded joke.
You're welcome.
Kudos.
Thank you. I definitely.
Are you still into it?
You know, I'm glad that he's moving down to 140. I think everybody has already, after that failed attempt against Spence, you know, the common phrase was he was daring to be great. He's daring to be great. Okay, well, he fucking failed. So be it. You know,
he dared.
Right, so,
he failed.
Yeah, he dared. He failed. No shame. He is, you know, fighting Spence here, or what did fight Spence then. So all right, cool. Like, failed experiment. Time to move back down to 140. And he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna be lazy and stay at 147. You know, have a fight against Jesse Vargas, and then now against Martin or Sandor Martin. And you know, it's like
Sandor.
We got he's 2-1 or 1-2. You know, at welterweight. It's like, dude, this isn't your weight class. You can tell it's obvious in your body, right? Like, you should probably just get disciplined again, which isn't easy. I get it, and go back down. It's just, you know, the paychecks against Vargas and Spence were just too good. You know, so he's like, well, fuck it. You know, this is the money weight. I'm gonna stay up here. And I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think wasn't Sandor Martin 140 and just moved up for the sake of this fight. I'm not sure how long he's been at 147, but nonetheless, we are gonna see Sandor Martin one more time because there's a chance there's gonna be a rematch, right? I'm pretty sure that's what Garcia's gonna go after. But, you know, I'm glad that he's going down at 140. If he expects to get some respect or gets his respect back and his the popularity that he once had. He's going to have to go after the big guns like quick style. Like if he goes back down to 140, he's going to have to start fighting the Regis and look at going after the Josh Taylors and going after the Ramirez and the Postals and those guys. He's going to have to start going over those fucking dudes who were top shit at 140 to get back up there again. But this is promising. This is finally something that we've kind of all talked about in the boxing circle for a minute. He doesn't belong at 147. He should move back down to 140. So this sounds good. There's potential. It sounds promising. I'm excited to see him back down to 140.
Andrew Lapache.
It's a good move. It's the only way his career moves forward, continues. So this is why they're doing this. We know at 147, no one tunes into his next fight. I think everyone in the boxing world, even the PBC world, is done with the fat Mikey Garcia, square Mikey Garcia, SpongeBob Mikey.
SpongeBob Mikey.
Yeah, well, he looks like SpongeBob. He's just a square. I mean, he does not look, there's no athlete in the ring when he's at 147. There's just not. He looks old. He looks lazy. He looks like he's mailing it in. And the last fight was the biggest one of his career. So going back to 140, yes, that's the story they're going to tell us. We got to buy into it. 33 years old. Now you're trying to lose weight. Lee, what do we usually call that?
Drop weight, get paid.
Drop weight, get paid. That's absolutely right. 33, we ain't moving backwards. So most time they move forward, they get lazier, they get heavier, they just start mailing in. It's very rare that a fighter goes back down in weight and is successful at doing that. Look for them to go down in weight, have a few warm-up fights, take one more big fight, lose a decision if it's on the PBC, and move on with his life.
There you go. Let's move forward. We're at the 1 hour marker on this bad boy of a show. Otto Wallen, or if you like to say it like Andrew does, Wallin, wants proof of White's shoulder injury. He ain't going to get it. He ain't going to get it. Let's see what the quotes are. But I just think this is more. If you don't know the history of Otto Wallin or Otto Wallen, your choice. Otto was interviewed by me where I told him the future of his life. And I unfolded it in a compelling, probably the most views this guy's ever gotten, where I basically explained, hey, this is what's going to happen in your life. Well, it's happened in his life. Miguel was there, or otherwise it would be me talking out of my ass. And his life is playing out pretty much like I said it would. I don't know if Dillian is injured or not, but we just want to know that we have all the facts. Who cares? You're Otto Wallen, dude. You don't get jack. And so far, we haven't got any facts at all. You've got a 3-foot, 12-year-old manager. That's kind of fun. There's been just a statement saying that he's injured. He had a doctor look at it, but nothing more than that. And so we want to find out the facts and see if he's injured. Why? What, you're going to yell foul?
Yeah, this is like when you find out your girl's talking to someone, but you still ask her because you just gotta know.
Yeah, I gotta know. Are you really fucking my best friend?
Like, who is he? Who is he?
Yeah. Did you have sex with him? There's a
Did
picture.
you really? So you're saying hookup. So what you're saying is you're fucking him. Yeah. Rather athletic, in her exact quote in return. Yes, rather athletically.
It's like, who is he? Does it matter, babe? No, yes, it is matter. Who is he?
Who is he? Well, he's your friend and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach.
Come on.
And you won't do anything about it. Okay, you're right. I won't. What are you gonna do? Like,
So, hey,
wow, I relate to Otto Wallin at this point really well. Thank you guys for drawing this one all home for me.
Lee. Let me tell you, not only Wallen, I'm telling you, we hit it on the head with this one. He's like, all we see them say is that he's injured. Nah, dude. They also said they're in negotiations with Tyson Fury. So
yeah, no, he's not. He is fucking you. He is fucking someone else. He's really fucking someone else. You really are. She really hooked up. You don't have to hire someone, say on Craigslist, to go and drive by the house to go see his car in your old house's driveway. You don't need that.
Okay, so
I don't know. I have personal experience with that, but yeah, dude, you're done. You're out. It ain't happening. You're not getting back together. She wants her records back.
Let's just move forward. We're moving forward. and we're yes, that is
That's on a
exactly.
raw nerve there. It was.
I know. I'm very sorry. I'm trying not to do this anymore.
Ow. I hurt. Miguel, did you have any comments about Otto Wallen other than, boy, isn't his life playing out exactly as I said it would? I mean, it's really kind of fantastic how well I nailed this one.
Yes, you were basically telling. You were a fortune teller that night. You were telling him his fortune. You're like, dude,
I am the Babe
this is
Ruth
how it's
of
gonna
boxing,
go.
dude. I was pointing at the left field wall.
Yeah, and they were just man, were they like in such denial? They were in such denial. It was bad. Him and his like 12-year-old manager hopping up on stage and it's like, no, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and they haven't done jack shit of what they said they were gonna do. But anyway, I don't get. I mean, I understand Pauline's perspective here. It's like, no, I want to prove that the guy's full of bullshit and he's trying to avoid me. That's his. Yeah, but it's like, dude, but that's not. What is that gonna accomplish? Like, really, what is that gonna accomplish? Like, you're not gonna fight him now, and now there's talks of him and fucking, Fury. So it's like, bro, just let it go. Just let it go. Go after.
She's
after
over
another
you.
belt. You need to. Yeah, go after. There's plenty of belts in the sea. There's many more belts in the sea. Go do that shit, please. Let this one go.
Exactly like the speech you gave me as well. Dude, what are you doing? So many other chicks. Fucking let it go. God, I can't believe that I'm relating to Otto Wallen. Wow, what a way to make this show go full circle of over 2.5 years ago. Oh, well, Dillian White says, hey, I'm going after Tyson Fury. Bitch, I've moved on. Eddie Hearn and Dillian White have both said, yeah, shoulder. I lied.
He's crying.
Deal with it.
This is like when she posts a picture of her and her new dude on Instagram.
Yeah.
You see it on social media. You're like, no.
No. And worse, his dad is like backing it up. Yeah, I like him better too. Fuck. I mean,
all right.
Well, Dillian White's dad, the guy who anally rapes him all the time. I would think the Dillian White's next fight will be Tyson Fury, but we'll have to see. I'm not ruling out the Otto Wallen fight. That's a fight that's at our discretion to reschedule.
Yes, it is. It totally is.
Yeah, she's fucking somebody else, bro. We may look to reschedule the fight or say fuck it because Otto is Otto. I mean, dude, your name is Otto. Like, he could say so much shit here that it would just be, his name's Otto. Like, we paid him like $5,000. We just needed a keep busy fight, so we picked Otto because he's got the name Otto. I mean, his biggest claim to fame is going, 12 rounds with Tyson Fury. I mean, that's it. Basically, that's what Eddie Hearn is saying. It's fantastic.
It's kind of stupid. They offered him a replacement fight, and they said that he rejected it. And why would you reject a main event?
Payday? How about just a payday?
And DAZN.
Yeah.
Oh, Otto. Bro, take it from me. Take it from me. Move on. The sooner, the better. Wow, I can't believe Otto and I have something in common. Devin Haney versus Joseph Diaz is on track for Las Vegas, says Hearn. Well, Eddie Hearn is going to drag a show back to Vegas for some reason, where he has had not much success when he promotes as the primary in Vegas. It's usually somebody else who does this right. I don't know. I cannot say that there's been a successful Matchroom Vegas event as of yet. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think a Devin Haney, Joseph Diaz Jr. fight is going to be the thing that puts him over in Vegas. But let's find out what our intrepid band of reporters thinks. Andrew, is this the thing that will finally cement Tommy Hearn's promoter extraordinaire as the promoter for Las Vegas?
Oh, no, he's nowhere near that. Look, he does manage Saul Alvarez, though, right? So they do have a little bit of experience under the big lights of Las Vegas with the headliner. This fight isn't comparable to a Alvarez matchup, so they should be able to get this one done. It is an excellent fight, though, Lee. This is one of those HBO After Dark fights that everyone in the boxing world should be excited about. This will have action. There is a competition. Is that the word? Yeah, I guess competition's fair here. This is a step up for Devin. He will be making a move here in his career if he gets to win over Diaz.
Miguel.
I mean, it definitely doesn't like it's not a make it or break it for Tommy Hearns, but it definitely does move the needle slightly. I mean, this is something he's going to be able to show whether or not he'll be able to accomplish it or not. I don't know, but it's going to be able to show that, of course, he can move the needle in Vegas without Canelo Alvarez. So and I think this fight can do it. This fight is gonna have plenty of eyeballs on it, and I think this is a very intriguing fight. When we see two young dudes who are still in the prime of their careers, even though Joseph's got or Diaz got himself one loss. I think is one loss. I think it's still it's one loss, nothing major. It's pretty much two close to undefeated dudes. This one I'm totally looking forward to because it's really the next best thing. There was Diaz and Garcia, Ryan Garcia on for a bit until Garcia got injured, and then now it's like, well, shit, this is I mean maybe I'm wrong here, but this is even better. I'm actually more excited about this one than I was against for Garcia and Diaz. So I'm totally looking forward to this one, and I do think this kind of, I mean, it doesn't necessarily put Tommy Hearns on the map per se in Vegas, but it's like, okay, it does move the needle. It does show something, and there's some sort of there's a movement here. There's like tremors over here going. So I'm looking forward to this one for sure. Tremors,
no,
yes.
wait, he is absolutely right. I like how you worded that because look, doing the Canelo fight isn't hard, right? I understand you got to control the big lights, you got to make the show work, but promoting Saul Alvarez is not hard. Getting butts in the seats is not hard. DAZN has had a hard time of getting the American public to tune into their fights, to buy into their fighters, Anthony Joshua being one of them, not that big of a star here in America. Eddie Hearn somehow needs to tap in to the American boxing fan to sell these tickets. This will not just be, tickets go on sale tomorrow, and they're sold out in 60 minutes like a Saul Alvarez.
Yeah, that's not promoting. That's just, you got a pulse, and
That's right. So he is right. This is going to move the needle. This will show us where DAZN is in the American boxing market. And, because overseas, they're not going to buy into this one this much. You won't see that many people from the UK staying up to watch Jojo Diaz versus Devin Haney. This is going to be more of an American-driven viewership, and DAZN needs to tap into that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where he plans to put this on in Vegas. I mean, an event this big should be held at, I don't know, the Motel 6. Do they have convention space?
I think you're underestimating Devin Haney's
appeal to who? His family?
There, I think there's a fan base there. They could do this this is, like I said, Lee, this is an HBO After Dark matchup that the boxing world should be excited on. Even your locals there, I see Willie probably going to this fight. Like they should come out. We haven't had too many matchups like this where it's a good fight. It's a good fight that people show up to. Eddie Hearn should be able to, I wouldn't throw it in the Raiders stadium, but definitely would not be scared of putting it on at a MGM or any of the other
or like one of the ballroom type places, like whatever the equivalent of like Madison Square Garden Theater is in New York. That whatever we have
Park,
here, right,
that would be the Park Theater,
or the park. Okay, the Park Theater, something like that, right? Or the Cosmo or something, or
the Cosmo. That little venue is cool.
Yeah, one of those. I think
Virgin
it'll definitely
Hotel?
like fill that shit up. Yeah. One of those. I think that'll do it. This is exactly what Andrew's saying. It's one of those Boxing After Dark specials. Absolutely. I'm sure.
Hold on. Here's a fun thought, Miguel. Will Michaela Mayer draw more at the Virgin, or will Devin Haney draw more?
No, Devin Haney. Still.
Really?
Yeah, Lee, you're underestimating Jojo Diaz too. These guys are exciting fighters. They have a fan base. Jojo Diaz is a veteran in this sport. I see their people turning up for this. I think this is a good fight. Lee,
it's the first all-female card with female announcers, Andrew. It's groundbreaking next Friday.
And who's going to watch it?
They already did the
What?
Yeah, well, sure, at least 2 or 3 of us from Fight Net Radio are going to go see it. I mean, wow, if I get turned down for that fight, Fight Net Radio is in serious trouble. God damn.
We'll have to rebrand, rename.
We are going to move to Boxing Tonight completely. The new show is now called Boxing Tonight. I'm going to change my name to Bob Sterling. This is Bob Sterling. Welcome to Fight Net. I mean, Boxing Tonight. Deontay Wilder's surgery goes well. Hey, you didn't know? He had surgery. He's expected to return in the spring to take another ass beating, to break shit, to have another surgery. So let's find out. I believe he broke his hand in the 4th round when he knocked Fury down twice, said Malik Scott. Hey, surgery went well. Deontay is in recovery right now, and I've been saying crazy shit about him in general to keep him relevant. I wouldn't be surprised if it was during the first knockdown when he really turned everything over and delivered that punch. But it is what it is. Deontay's right hand was hurt, but he just fought through it because he's such a warrior king. Okay, so we're at excuse number 2 in their passive-aggressive war on Tyson Fury. Broke his hand. Whether or not it's real. First of all, Andrew, do you think it's even real?
If it's the right hand, yes, because if you see that scar that goes from his wrist all the way to looks like his elbow, you know that Deontay Wilder's had surgeries on his right hand numerous times.
Okay. Question number 2. Will he return in the spring?
Well, yeah. Yes, he should. Go ahead and answer that, Miguel.
All right.
Do you believe it's real first?
Well, this is the thing. When I saw it online, there like I don't remember where I saw it. I want to say it was Instagram or something, and there was an image of that that fracture. So like a what is it, X-ray? Rather not that was just some fucking like stock photo. I don't know, or it was actually his hand there. So they were trying to pull that off as if it was legitimate. And I mean, I don't know the difference between one fake X-ray or the other. So it looks legit. It does look legit, especially if what Andrew's saying is accurate. If it happens to be the right hand, that would make more sense, right? I mean, yeah, that's his money maker. He throws that motherfucker with everything. So yeah, if it is his right hand, I would lean towards it being legit. And coming back in the spring, that seems like it's a decent timetable. I mean, we're October. We're looking at what maybe like February, March-ish. That seems pretty reasonable. With enough time for the hand to heal and then start training camp again, probably mid to late March. I think that seems pretty reasonable. That's spring. So yeah, that seems like a decent timetable for him to come back. Will we see him against another top dude right off the bat? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I still feel they're going to give him some sort of guy that he can knock out and get some confidence back into that hand, because right after surgery he's going to be a little gun shy about having that throwing that right hand. I'm almost positive. So he's going to have to test it out. He's not going to go in there and test it out against another top dude. I mean, not that there's many in heavyweight anyway, but still some guy that he can gain confidence and get that confidence back in that right hand again and make sure that it's 100% so he can really throw it with 100% power. So yeah, that seems like it's a long enough timetable. I don't even think we're going to see that same Deontay Wilder anymore. I think that Deontay Wilder of old is gone. Whatever aura he had at the time is totally fucking gone. When people see what Fury, I realize not every heavyweight can do what Fury has done or can do to fucking Wilder, but there's a blueprint now to how to beat Deontay, and I think other heavyweights are going to take note of that. So we're not going to see the same Deontay, but yeah, the timetable seems accurate.
You mean just having boxing skill?
Yeah. Well, yeah, no,
that's what it's going to be. The next Deontay is technical Deontay. He knows what he did wrong in the Tyson Fury fight.
Well, he said that in the last fight, and he did the same shit again. You want my opinion? I think Usyk can beat Deontay Wilder.
Oh, of course. No.
He'd fucking smoke him in 12 straight rounds, and Deontay never hits him once. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Deontay Wilder is ridiculous. Like, the whole show is over. He is a fake. He is a fraud. He never deserved the title shot he got. It was manufactured. He was raised in the ring. He fought weak top 10 opponents at best and got completely exposed by Tyson Fury in 3 fights, losing a lot of rounds.
Yeah, he's a PBC product.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
I still think money is going to play a major factor on who he comes back against. Listen, you guys keep buying in Gervonta Davis versus these nobodies. Look for them to put Deontay Wilder versus Kalinaki or some shit. Maybe, what about the guy that's beating up Kalinaki twice? What do you guys think about that matchup?
Hellenius or something, right?
Yeah.
I as crazy as it's gonna sound, I think even he's too dangerous for Deontay right now. Just with like number one, like I said, he's gonna come back with the hand, whatever after the surgery. He's gonna have to make sure that the hand is okay. He's gonna have to fight against somebody who isn't
Luis
that much
Ortiz
of a
is available
threat.
again.
Maybe Ortiz, yeah. I mean, even then he was losing to Ortiz
Jesus.
on the scorecards.
Ortiz
but
Wilder.
it's the fact that he's
again.
gonna have to be able to knock a motherfucker out, get that confidence back, and I mean, hell, somebody who maybe doesn't throw back as much, who's a little bit more inactive. Helenius fucking throws that right hand. I still even think
have a
that
suggestion.
is too much. Okay.
Our next story: Mike Tyson,
Oh, jeez.
Deontay Wilder. And by the way, I'd probably put pretty good money on Mike Tyson in that fight. I know he'd be the dog in the fight. I think Mike is actually smart enough that he could game plan around Tyson against Deontay Wilder. Like, I'm kind of into this. Like, I think Mike Tyson could pull this shit off. I think it would be epic. By the way, Mike Tyson was honored with a 10-foot tall statue at Vegas Resort World in Las Vegas for no reason other than, whatever. But yeah, could Deontay Wilder beat current Mike Tyson, Miguel?
I mean, I don't think so. I think the second fucking Tyson, Mike Tyson, throws his combos, that's it. Like, that's it. I mean, if that dude, I don't think people. I mean, we've seen videos of fucking Deontay talking about him being the most devastating puncher in heavyweight history and all this other crap. If he thinks if he thinks Tyson Fury hits hard, dude, once he gets even at this age, you best believe. I mean, we've mentioned it hella times. Power is the last thing that fighters lose, especially heavyweight fighters. Man, you best believe Mike Tyson can fucking take out Deontay.
He made
Andrew.
25 million, I believe, in the first fight. He made 40 million in his second fight. What is the drop off that he's going to take for his comeback? This is a company that really only messes with Fox, right? They've been seen a little on DAZN, but DAZN subscription isn't going to be able to pay for a Deontay Wilder fight. This is gonna get real.
It's the Fox Showtime family, It's the Fox Showtime stuff.
Because look, the problem before with Fox, they couldn't give them the money because it would take all of their budget. That's what they said. That was the report on the second loss to Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder was bumping heads with Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel about a comeback fight because they could not agree on money. He just got a raise. Now, I know he got knocked out. I get that. But it was also one of the best fights of the year. He's hotter than shit right now. You got everyone from movie stars to rap stars talking about him, sending him love on social media. Like, he's going to be like, what are you talking about? LL Cool J and Will Smith and everyone that were giving me love, they're all going to be front row. What do you mean you're not going to give me 10 million, 12 million? Right. And so that's where now Al Heyman has to go. Where are we going to make this money up? It's going to be real interesting for Deontay on this comeback fight. He's going to have to either bite the bullet or he sits out because I don't know if I think Al Heyman's hands are tied when you're talking about heavyweight money with the budget that the PBC has.
Well, we could get an awesome Otto Wallen fight. Did I say it with enough sarcasm?
As long as the PBC fan base buys it, and look,
no,
I don't know.
It wouldn't be. It would be Deontay Wilder fans, which is even a more subcult of PBC fan. Deontay Wilder fans are boxing's equivalent of QAnon. Like, they believe crazy shit, like that his costume weighed too much. He drank tainted water. Right? They're into conspiracies. They dig it. Like, I have never seen so many boxing conspiracies in all the time that we've done this over the last 15 years. That's the craziest shit. Like, they wanted to believe the craziest shit ever about Deontay Wilder. It's shocking to me the level of crazy that Deontay Wilder fans would believe and would post about it consistently in the forums in the room. And even after that fight, he won that fight. I mean, yeah, he got knocked out because he had no equilibrium and he broke his hand and he got shot in the leg and somebody hit him with a chair and then he got drunk and then he drank poison and his team was against him. and his wife slept with someone else, but he's still the man. Like, that's where they're at. Like, they're literally, fuck, you people are reaching. Let it go. He sucked dick. Okay? Let's just call it as it is. Your king sucked dick. Period. He never beat anybody with a real record. Ever. Wait, one more. Ever. Anybody want to dispute that on the team?
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
right. All right, good. I occasionally have good takes. Jesus. Well, one more before we get to this weekend's fights. Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk is on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh, the
in March,
UK.
in the UK. I think March is realistic. Yeah, March. Around March, said Tommy Hearns, promoter of Matchroom Boxing. It's a huge fight, and there'll be a lot of people wanting to stage it, but I would like to do it back in the UK. All right, we're just going to turn around and do this and not give Anthony Joshua enough time to train and fix it. So, I mean, ultimately, is there going to be any difference in March? I start with you, Miguel. Is there going to be a difference in this fight?
You know, it's
You're humping and hawing.
I had to throw another in there, in there. It's man, I want to say yes. I want to say yes for this reason. We saw Joshua make the adjustments against Ruiz, so we know it's possible. He was trying to be in there brawling with Ruiz. It didn't go his way. He came back better. He outboxed Ruiz, which granted may not be that difficult if you're a heavyweight boxer, but nonetheless, he did it. He made the changes. He made the adjustments. Here, he came in with that game plan, wanting to come in here and box the lighter, naturally smaller Usyk, which wasn't to his advantage. And of course, Usyk pretty much peppered him like a motherfucker and took him to school, especially in that 12th round. So I have to assume he did it once, he made the adjustments, and he came back better. I have to assume he can do it again. I have to assume he realizes, oh shit, especially after, because I think this fight came before Wilder and Fury 3. So after seeing Fury's game plan, using his weight against Deontay, laying up against him, like weighing him down, getting him tired, he thinks, oh shit, maybe this is what I should have done against fucking Usyk, which we all probably, in retrospect, been like, yeah, motherfucker, you probably should have. But I have to assume that he can make those changes. We've seen we haven't seen that aspect out of him. We've seen him brawl. We've seen him throw some heavy ass shots and headhunt. We've seen him box against Ruiz. We don't know if he has the ability to lay on an opponent and get him tired, clinch with them, and weigh him down and basically tire him out, which we assume would be the game plan against a naturally smaller Usyk. So he did it once with the game plan. I have to assume he's going to do it again. Whether or not that'll actually work this time, I don't know, because I don't think he'll ever figure out how the fuck to fight a southpaw, considering Usyk is a southpaw. It doesn't matter who he trains with. I don't even think he's going to be able to get that part of the equation. But I have to give. I feel there's hope. I feel there's hope that he can actually make a change this time.
Andrew?
Well, if you believe in the rumor is Anthony Joshua will now be working
Training
out
at Canelo's camp, yeah.
That's right. He was seen with a no boxing, no life hat, and so now the internet's fired up.
Will he get the logo? Will he get one of those
those Fiverr logos?
So he's doing what we asked him, right?
Yeah,
I think after the fight was like, all right, might need to switch trainers, so he went out and he did it. He even went to Kronk's. He went to Kronk's gym. I guess it didn't work out. I don't think it would too, with Tyson Fury already being there. I don't think Sugar Hill would really want to take in Anthony Joshua. Tyson seems to be doing fine for him. So and he's the favorite in the match. You don't want to lose the favorite, right? So so he's going to Reynoso. Reynoso will get him in better shape. I think we all know that. For Anthony Joshua be even more ripped. If you didn't think he was ripped today,
we're getting him really ripped.
Just wait for 3 months at Reynoso's. I don't know. All their fighters turn out. So they're doing something right over there. Hopefully it's not illegal, but Anthony Joshua will look in better shape for his rematch with Usyk. If they can show him a few boxing techniques, try to work on the outside. And you know what? That's not even it. You know, Canelo style, I don't know if that's the style that you want to try to put into Anthony Joshua to fight a fighter like Usyk. I think they were looking more, you guys kept saying he needs to show his size, his weight. So, you know, Reynoso's going to get put to the test here, too, to see if he can bring that out of Anthony Joshua. Because, yeah, I don't think staying on the outside with Usyk is the way to go. He'll most likely get picked apart again.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more of the same, different day. All right, that takes us to that point in the show that happens in every show where we talk about what happened last weekend, which is yesterday, 2 days ago, technically. It's Monday night as we record. We bring you up to speed on what we thought about the card. Let's refresh ourselves. Both Andrew and Miguel said, don't sleep on this fight. It's going to be a great fight. I'm excited about the fight. To which I said, fight sucks. It's going to suck. And I don't know which Herring is still fighting. I think it was the older twin, Jamal or Jamel. I keep getting them confused. We'll get to it in just a second. First and foremost, they trotted out Evan Holyfield again. Miguel, you watch most of the boxing card all the way. Mm-hmm. Is there something special about Holyfield other than his last name? Is that of his impregnating father?
His seed-spreading father.
Seed-spreading father. The man who sows about the countryside. Yeah. What, Andrew?
It's 11 children, I believe they were saying.
God
11
damn.
now. Yes.
Jeez. That's like 2 basketball teams on the court at the same time.
If they were all fighters, it would be great, right? Then they could have real drama and they'd want to fight each other.
Chavez
moneymaker.
He's like, Evander's not doing it right. I'd have all the motherfuckers fighting on one card, one night, pay-per-view.
In Mexico.
Oh, my God. The all Holyfield card. So great. Tune in Saturday, Las Vegas, as Holyfield versus Holyfield versus Holyfield versus Holyfield. Oh, not bad. All right, Miguel, have you learned anything about Evan Holyfield that you wish to express to the classroom? Because I'm pretty sure Andrew and I have maybe seen clips of Holyfield, and I'm not even sure that I can attest to that.
You know, that there's, I mean, to answer the first question, I don't see anything special per se. We don't see Evander in him. I mean, I guess I guess you do to some degree. There have been a couple of times where, like in this fight here, this last Saturday, where his opponent, who's I can't even fucking remember his name. Well, there it is, right there, Charles Stanford. He threw a couple of shots, heavy shots, and it kind of got Evan out of his game plan for a little bit, and he started going toe to toe, which is kind of like an Evander thing to do. But it seemed that he kind of kept his composure a little bit better. He understood that, like, no, don't get into a brawl with this guy, and then he ended up, eventually knocking him out. I don't see anything special per se. He is a pretty sound boxer. He does have, he seems to be not really have much of a jab, honestly, but nonetheless, the dude, he can throw down, he can take a pretty decent shot. And of course, I'm sure his level of competition is going to grow up here slightly with his next opponent whenever that happens. But he's not Evander, which I guess ultimately is what we're all hoping for, right? Or we're gonna have another Evander Holyfield. No, he's definitely not that. He's his own guy. He might not even make it to that fucking level for all we know. But he's a pretty solid fighter. If he had a different last name, we'd probably be talking more highly of him. But that expectation that comes with the last name is kind of not really on his side. But what is on his side, of course, the easier path with that last name. So that's understandable. But I mean, ultimately, no, there's really nothing that special about him.
Okay. Which takes us, and this is your turn, Andrew, takes us to Nico Ali Walsh. Why do they keep doing that? Just call him Nico Ali. Get it over with. Just do the legal name change. He wins his second pro fight. Have you seen anything, Andrew, in Nico Ali Walsh? Please call me Ali's grandson 3 or 4 more times on the next telecast. Have you seen anything in Nico?
No, I don't see anything in Walsh, and I also don't see
Ali at all
ringside. So I'm not going to consider him Ali's grandson until I see Layla Ali. There, I said it. I'm glad I got it off my chest. I think it's a fake. You gotta have Layla. Look, Layla's the heir. I don't care about his mama. His mama is not the heir to the Ali throne. It's Layla Ali, and if she's not sitting ringside, then there's some BS going on here. That's all I got on Mr. Walsh.
I had to turn my camera back on just so I could do a straight face into the camera with the what? That was strong, Andrew.
Have you noticed they don't even
Are you Ali shaming? Let me check with my sensitivity
right now. They don't even bring up Layla's name. Why is this? You're telling me right now, you guys, that nobody at ESPN has called Layla and said, "Hey, we'd like to get an interview with you and your nephew. We would like you at the ringside. We would like you in the studio. We would like." Come on.
Listen, we offered it to her. The bitch won't come. All right.
It's not gonna get you in. It's not gonna get you in.
I laid off a big look. Next weekend is the Top Rank event. I laid off doing Top Rank Bob all day. I mean, I got to be honest. All right, so here's the biggest question I have. So we have Ali, Holyfield. Let's keep going. Ben. We have Hatton, right? Those are the four biggest kids out there right now that are still in the no loss category, still looking to be awesome category of named fighters' children. So of those four, or any that I haven't mentioned, I start with you, Andrew. Which one of the children is going to be special?
Well, listen, I don't know. You don't know. I don't know that one, Lee. None of these guys, they all have the pedigree, but none of them have the resume, right? They're not Olympians. They weren't former amateur stars. Hell, I haven't even seen them say the slightest, he's a national champ or a Golden Gloves champ for some of these celebrity kids that are fighting, or former fighters, kids that are fighting now. So yeah, a lot of them, man, this is red carpet all the way. They start training when they're like 16, 17, because they come to that point in their life where they need to make a decision on who they're going
to jail. Or go to jail.
They know the easiest route is be like dad, make $1 million, right? So they all start choosing that. But it's very rare. You see one of these kids, Shane Mosley Jr., Chavez Jr., Camacho Jr., all of the fucking juniors. It's very rare that you hear them say, "Oh, he's a 7-time national champ. He made it to the Olympics."
Camacho Jr.
He was an alternate. You just don't hear these type of things for these fighters. So, no, I don't, where they're going to end up, I have no idea. Probably with a lot of money in their pockets, because that's why they all do it, Lee. Even Ricky Hatton. They've talked about Ricky Hatton's kids. Matter of fact, I think he had under 10 amateur fights. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard that in one of his bouts. Another one.
Yes, but he comes out to Ricky's music, so it's okay.
That exactly, Lee.
And honestly, the only one, tell me if I'm wrong, Miguel, because you and I sadly watch way too much boxing on Saturdays, unlike Andrew, who just waits for the main event these days.
Well, no, I actually.
Well, you got a lot of kids, Andrew. I'm not giving you a hard time.
You don't even ask. I actually watch all the fights. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I don't watch PBC bullshit.
Conor Ben.
I do not watch.
The cream of the crop in this pile, no doubt.
Who?
He's angry. I think Conor Ben is. He's angry as fuck. Am I wrong about this, Miguel? He's the only one who looks halfway decent.
Well, I mean, I have to assume that that Sam right now is just like losing his shit over this. I'm gonna have to go with Tim Zoo on this one. He's probably losing his shit.
He hasn't done anything.
I realize that, and I agree. He hasn't done anything yet.
And he's not his dad. He's
totally not his dad. But of the pile that you didn't mention, I mean, of the guys that you mentioned, you forgot to mention him. I have to assume he's gonna be the next hot shit of all the kids. It has to be him. I mean, not mind you, Conor Ben is a very, very close second, because that motherfucker can bang. Like, that dude can bang. He has a mouth on him, and the dude looks like he can legit be a major player. He can. But I just have to think that Tim is just a tad bit above him. Barely though, but he is.
And it's all about promoters, you guys. That's really who carries these guys' careers. And right now, Walsh is leading everyone with his promoting company. They're going to.
Of course he is. Yeah. I promoted 3 generations of Ali. Many people don't know this. Muhammad Ali wasn't my first Ali. There was an Ali before that Ali, and I promoted that Ali. He was a shitbag. Then I got Muhammad. It was my idea to change his name, by the way.
So,
There you go. If it's your first time listening, that's a very bad Bob Arum impression. Which takes us to the main event of the evening. That's a shout out to our producer, Sam Navajero. Shakur Stevens punishes Jamel Herring in what I would call a one-sided beat-down fest of Jamal, don't call me Jamel Herring. Woo! Did he get beat the fuck up by Shakur Stevens? To which both of you guys were like clinging to, no, he's a late starter. He's a late starter. He's a late. Okay, I think he only won one round. That's literally, if I read our text in order, no, he's a late starter. He's coming on. He's a late starter. He's coming on. I was sitting there going, this fight is stupid as shit. I mean, Shakur literally, here's how bad the fight was. I'm not even completely convinced that Herring wasn't throwing the fight. Like, he just put his hands down and took a beating for all those rounds. I mean, it was ridiculous. I know he didn't. I'll start with you this time, Andrew. I got props for Shakur. I mean, if that's the best Herring can put out, Shakur is definitely got a certain level of skill. He still hasn't really fought anybody at his caliber yet to give us a super fight for sure.
But this was the somebody. Wait a minute. This was the somebody.
I'm the only one who said this was not a somebody. You two are just all over this dude's a somebody. This dude is not a somebody.
Is the step up that Shakur Stevenson? What are we talking about here? Jamal Herring is the step. Stevenson has fought nobody except Joet fucking Gonzalez at this point, Lee. This is who we're gauging him as the next face of boxing. No, it's when you step up with the champion. And when he did that, dude, he looks special. And when you look special as Shakur Stevenson did on Saturday night, there's no way that's a bum fight. There's no way that's a boring fight. This was not a fucking defensive fight. This was not a fight where he stood behind his jab, didn't risk anything, started moving around the ring and took a unanimous fucking 12-round decision. This dude went to war with Jamal Herring. He fought Jamal Herring his style. He fought Jamal Herring in Shakur's style. It didn't really matter. You want me to stay in the pocket? You want me to be on the outside? You want to see my defense? You want a 4-punch combo? Which one do you want? Stevenson gave us all fucking levels of what an elite fighter looks like. No, this was an excellent fight. Shakur Stevenson did look like the next face of boxing. This is the first time you can say Stevenson is all the hype that they built him up to be. I loved Saturday night. Listen, the thing about him coming back late, what's wrong with that? He's an older fighter. Jamal Herring knew he could not go punch for punch with Stevenson. What Jamal did not do enough of is try to slow Stevenson down. He took all the punches. He did all the head shakes. He didn't take him into the ropes, try to beat the body, hurt the young man for the later rounds. But he did everything that he said he was going to do. I'm going to take him into the late rounds. He got there. He got to the late rounds. He just didn't put in enough work to slow the young man down. Shakur Stevenson is real, though. That what he showed us on Saturday night, that was fucking impressive.
All right. Miguel, are you on board with this Jake the Snake Rodriguez-like comparison of... Well, that's the truth, right? Kostya Tszyu was a nobody. He fought Jake the Snake Rodriguez, but the fights that defined Tszyu were actually the next series of fights when he actually had to step up to real caliber of opponents just after snatching the title from Jake the Snake Rodriguez. There you go, Sam Navajero. Real boxing history out of me about an Australian sort of fighter. What did you take away from Jamel? Don't call me Jamal. I'm not a twin Herring.
Well, it's as far as Herring is concerned, I think it's the end of the road for him. I think, I was really surprised. I mean, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have been, that it looked relatively easy that Shakur hurting Herring. There were a couple of times where just with the jab and the way he'd come around the gloves with the right, that it would momentarily stun Herring. And I was like, holy shit, like, damn, why does he look so unstable. It just seems like any shot and any real hard shot that Stevenson would throw, it would stun him. And I'm like, oh man, this does not look good. And it got to the point where later on in the fight, when the fight eventually did stop, we were pretty much all in agreement, or at least me and my pops were like, yeah, that's it, that's enough. Like Herring doesn't need to be taking any more shots. Like that's enough. So I was that was kind of like the plan. We thought, okay, Herring cannot go punch for punch, especially early on against the faster Shakur in the early rounds. So I was all right, cool. He's going to have to just basically give away some of these rounds. But at some point, I mean, I shouldn't say give away, but I mean, not win them, I guess, because he wasn't actually giving them away. Stevenson was winning them. So we expected him to come on later on in the fight. I thought his experience was going to be able to take him not only into the deep waters, but actually, I mean, I did go out on a limb and I did say that I thought his experience was going to ultimately win the fight for him. That totally went to shit. None of that. He did none of that. Like he looked. Shakur made him look
old.
like a novice. It made him look like
old.
a fucking old dude. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it looked like Herring. The speed of Shakur made Herring gun shy. Like he didn't want to he wanted to keep his hands at home at all times. It didn't seem like he wanted to throw as much. It was only when they were on the inside and clinching where he started to throw a little bit more. But it didn't look like his experience, for shit. It didn't come into play at all. I mean, this is that fight. This almost reminded me in a weird way of and I hate doing these comparisons because it's always bad to compare fighters, but it seemed like Mayweather against Gatti. It was that kind of fight. It's like, holy shit, Stevenson has arrived. Holy fuck, this was it. Yes, the next fights are the ones that ultimately make him just like Floyd and just like Casasu, but this one is like, man, dude, homeboy has fucking arrived. Holy shit. So
let's do the build up here. Right now, he fought a world champion in Herring, looked impressive in every way,
and stopped him.
The undefeated Mexican fought Miguel Burchell, looked impressive in every way. Both of them ended knockouts. Both of them are undefeated. Dude, this is the greatest, one of the best setups we've had in the lightweight division. It was this junior lightweight lightweight division in a very long time. Like, let's not shy away from this. Let's not discredit it. He stepped up in class. He fought the champ. He destroyed the champ. Oscar Valdez stepped up in class. He fought the champ. He destroyed him. They got to unify. Look, this is the next fight. That's what I mean. Jamal Herring, there's nobody under him. There's only Oscar Valdez above him. When you look at the junior lightweight division, you can't say, oh, man, Shakur could have fought this guy or that. No, it's fucking Jamal Herring, Oscar Valdez. Those are the two best. And he took down number 2. Now you go after number 1. Yeah. This fight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and again, probably off base here with my comparisons, but could this be the closest equivalent that we have to a Chavez Taylor? Could this be it, right? The closest equivalent to that at 130 as opposed to 140. But like these dudes, I mean, yes, undefeated, each with their own titles at the prime of their careers, putting on some of the best performances in their recent fights. It's like, holy shit, the anticipation and the buildup for this, man. I'm salivating already just fucking thinking about a potential showdown between these two dudes.
And Shakur called them out right after the fight.
Exactly. That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
There you go. There you go. And that's your weekend of boxing, kids. That's your week of news. Before we cut us all off, I have some tentative titles. At the end of the show, we come up with the title for the show, and that's our favorite part of the show, at least for me. Is there any one story that stood out for you, Miguel, that we should parody in the title of this week's show?
Well, normally around this time, Lee, you have a couple of
options. I have at least 6 different titles, I know, but they're usually very over the top. I'm trying a new route of which story do you think was the most significant of last week?
I've already forgotten which ones.
Okay.
I mean, maybe Wilder's additional excuse that he's going to throw onto this. Maybe something like that.
I like that. You want an angle with Deontay? All right, I got that. I got it in my head. I got something for you. Andrew, which story did you want to key in for this week that you think is most interesting for the fight fans?
Shoot, I don't know, Lee. I didn't have a favorite this week, so
All right, so it's Deontay Wilder. So we're going with something like Malik Scott speaks gibberish and claims passive-aggressively that it was a broken hand and fractured eardrum that cost him the fight. It's a good title.
You gotta keep it in the PBC terms. Dry snitching. They'll know. They'll be like,
dry snitching. There's the show. Malik Scott dry snitches that it was a broken hand and ruptured eardrum that cost him the fight. And it's Tyson Fury's fault for fighting like a fighter. I mean, that's... I'm sure it'll be fun.
Guy's seen it. He aimed for the ear. I'm not saying anything. I'm just,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's what he did.
It's all fair game.
All fair game. I'm saying we would have done it if we would have thought of it, but I'm just saying what he did was probably not right. I mean, yeah, it was right, but it wasn't really right. You know what I mean? It wasn't right, but it was right. I mean, right? God damn. You know, and right has got to stop, people. I mean, it's got to, hey, you know what, everybody? Next week, Fight Net Radio is going to Las Vegas. Ba-da-ba, be a lady tonight. Fight Net Radio is going out to Vegas next week. We'll get you a show in this weekend, get you ready. We'll get you information. You got Michaela Mayer. I assume I can get credentials for that. And, of course, Canelo versus Caleb Plant in what should be probably a one-sided beatdown. But we're going to spend the week talking about it, and we'll have multiple shows for you. Miguel and I will be on scene. We're taking Killian, so we'll have a different attitude about that one as well. Go to fightnetradio.media or check out our new website, Boxing Tonight, and find nothing, as we found out this evening. Andrew, I'll start with you. Anything you'd like to leave everybody with this week?
No. Caleb Plant versus Alvarez is this next Saturday?
Next. Not this. It's next.
All right. Shit.
Right.
Like,
got it? It's not this Saturday. It's the Saturday after. Right.
The 6th.
But we'll start our shows this weekend. We'll start the Vegas week. I'm actually thinking of going to Vegas on Sunday after the Charger game. So I'll probably be there all week. I'm actually thinking, hold the presses. I'm going to go train with Eddie Yeagan and see if I can still fight.
Oh,
nice. We know that's a no.
Yes.
All right.
You know,
That's
just
enough.
because you know about the MRIs, Andrew, now is not the time to get involved with my logic.
It better be a celebrity fix match, not even a boxing match. I want it to be called celebrity fixed match.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I think I want to fight Canelo Alvarez. I don't think it's actually going to happen, but I think that's what I want to do.
Real fast.
I love it.
Did
when
anyone hear that Tyson signed to fight Jake Paul?
Yeah, I've read that. Yeah.
I've not seen anything concrete, but that would be phenomenal.
Yeah. No, shout out to that kid if he really did step up to fight Tyson. I know he's doing it for the money and he's a knucklehead, but hey, he's fucking doing it. So
that's big leagues. Because Tyson will take his fucking head off.
Oh, Tyson said he was going to do it. So we'll see. I just seen it on social media. I haven't seen it was confirmed by ESPN or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
same thing. I haven't really seen it confirmed on any like major trailer or anything like that. No.
Right.
It's a couple mil in Tyson's pocket to add to his global empire of pot. So good for him. Miguel, anything you'd like to add, or are you looking forward to next week? Viva Las Vegas. Again, assuming that we get credentials for at least one of the two fights.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to next week, next Friday, Saturday. It's going to be loaded with fights. I mean, there's even some decent fights this weekend. ESPN Plus with Zepeda and Vargas. That's fireworks of a fight. So tune in to ESPN Plus this weekend. There's going to be some fights. I'm looking forward to that. That's almost like an appetizer for next weekend.
Nice. There you guys go. That's Fight Net Radio. Next week, I should be in Vegas to record the show if everything goes according to plan. I'll go out Sunday right after the game and check in for the entire week and then go scramble my brains for an entire week. So I should be very interesting I'm never quite good when I train. Let's be perfectly honest. It never really works out and I just get hurt, but it's fun. Go to fightnetradio.media and pretty soon, boxingtonight.io. We're really excited about the website. We're really appreciative for all of the fans that we have, and we're really happy to put out all of our numbers and sort of get ourselves reacclimated with all the fans and everybody out there, because we're here. This is our 15th fucking year of doing this. 15. 1-5, kids. 1 goddamn 5. I mean, that's a long time. That's a long time of Andrew being trapped in a long car ride on the way to the Grand Canyon with me. He's literally stuck listening to X-Files drops, jokes that just get him generally in trouble with people he works with or his wife, because it amuses me. I got to be honest, it amuses me. And Raider jokes, constant Raider jokes. I mean, is it too soon to start making my jokes about your coach, Andrew, or do I need to give you another week before I start in on the Gruden jokes? I've lost Andrew.
Oh, we lost him.
See, he does that. He likes that. He likes that move, right? When I start the intro on the close,
Yeah.
he just drops off, right? When do you think it's okay to talk about Gruden? You're from Vegas. Is it too soon still?
Oh, hell no. You get on that right away.
All right.
Hell
I've
no.
actually put it off for a couple of weeks out of respect.
What, dude, for something like this, it's going to take you, I'm going to say, a full year before it's quote unquote okay to start on him. So fuck that. Get a jump on everybody.
All right. Next week from Vegas. And also, I don't want to tease this, but Miguel knows this. We will be premiering in Vegas the first episode of Max Doggerman and Hugo, which is, you've heard it. Did you listen to it?
No, I have not. I haven't.
The clip that I sent out,
Uh.
the theme to the show of the crime-fighting duo superheroes who also work as boxing reporters. Oh, and if you're wondering, hey, aren't those dogs? Yes, you would be correct. There are also crime-fighting superheroes that are dogs who do boxing reporting. And if you're wondering, Lee, that's a long way to go for a joke. We're months into this joke. I can't get off the train on this joke. And I've invested $100 into getting that theme song and the animation together just to see this joke play out. And I'm saving it for Vegas. So if you get excited about nothing else for the Vegas trip, Max Doggerman and Hugo, based on the, Limu Emu joke for Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was inspired by Limu Emu, thinking, well, Max Doggerman needs his sidekick, Hugo. And so I hired someone. Yeah, you might want to go back and listen to that.
Oh, I'm going to listen to it now.
That's why Andrew lost his shit of, it's not funny, bro. It's not funny. You're just taking the joke too far. It's funny. It's funny. And the intro, which is 30 seconds of glorious crime-fighting duo talk.
Jeez.
As they also work as boxing reporters. You realize we have to take the dogs to the press conferences and let them interview. I think we need to actually sneak in dog sound effects at a press conference. I'm not going to be happy until that actually happens. And considering that we just sent out our new media kit with all our new numbers,
yeah,
would
I'm not sure.
strongly affect our future with being allowed into fights.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, well, tune in to Fight Net Radio next week to see if Max Doggerman and Hugo attend the Michaela Mayer fight. That's 2 weeks away, but it's very exciting. I would like to see if I could actually pull off Max Doggerman and Hugo hosting Fight Net Radio for an entire show in Vegas. It'd be a short show because I don't think Andrew's going to tolerate the joke.
No, yeah, exactly.
But
I don't think he's going to tolerate the barking for too long.
I think, as our producer Sam Navajero said, I think you are allowed one more time with Max Doggerman and Hugo. I am going out on a bang.
That's a
in
good point.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it all in one time. Then I'm going to start an Instagram and hopefully get a following for Max Doggerman.
Oh,
And Hugo.
jeez.
And that might be, and start a writing campaign. Save Max. Wow, that's a t-shirt. Save Max Doggerman and Hugo. Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Have I taken it too far?
I'll wear the t-shirt. I will wear it.
I would too. That's the best shirt to wear to a fight. I think the Rolling Stones are the same weekend as the Canelo fight. Sammy Hagar is doing those the special shows at the Strat that weekend. And there's somebody else in town, crazy like Celine or something. Oh, and Sting. Sting. So I think that basically rounds out possibly the busiest entertainment weekend in Vegas. They haven't sold out the Stones at the stadium yet, which to me is kind of funny. They can't seem to move all those tickets. I can't imagine why. It's on the same night as Canelo, you morons. But whatever. Apparently, Canelo fans are not Rolling Stone fans, or there's.
No, I don't think they are. No.
I don't think they are either. But we'll have all of that for you. I'll be all around town. We'll get Miguel to make the drive into town at least once or twice and record a couple of things. And we'll have Killian. And there is nothing better than having an Irish Bostonian talking boxing on a very, very special boxing weekend. And if you're wondering, am I going to yell, "Hey, Michaela, flash them titties"?
Oh,
To
geez.
find out. I feel it. I'm feeling it. But again, that's probably because I've invested so much money into the future of Fight Net Radio at this moment that if you're wondering, am I that self-destructive? Miguel, you've been with me long enough. Am I that self-destructive?
Absolutely.
It's what makes us special. If it's your first time, click subscribe, click the like, smash it, kids. Tune in, sign up, and definitely check out the new website. It should be up sometime this week. So if you're listening later on in the week, Boxing Tonight should be up. It'll look just like this website, except it will be on Boxing Tonight. And it's being and we're gonna have a running boxing schedule on it as well.
All right.
Yeah, I'm after line one, Google one. I'm doing all my real marketing day job shit on this website to get you the notoriety you deserve, Miguel.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Isn't it exciting?
It is.
Thousands, if not millions of people hitting your page and looking at your photo on a daily basis.
Yes.
There you go. Fightnetradio.media or boxingtonight.io. That'll do it. We appreciate all of you. Follow us on Facebook. Follow both Miguel and I on Instagram and both YouTube. And we appreciate all of you. And get ready. Sunday, as we start the countdown to Canelo destroys plant. It's very exciting. Thanks, everyone. Where's that stop button?